Alright, a very warm welcome back everyone. Today I want to still talk about secondary dominants, but give you an example on how they could be used in practice. And I've loaded up the circle of fifths again. I've mentioned this in the last video as well. So basically what these secondary dominants allow you to do is walk in the circle of fifths, in this case counterclockwise, in order to resolve to the scale that is leftmost to the scale you are actually talking about, right? So if you start at C and you do not play the C major 7th chord, but you play basically the chord that is the dominant of the key that is leftmost to it, because remember that the G7 chord resolved back to the C major, and in this case also the C7 chord resolves back to the F major chord, and so on. So you can use this principle in order to walk, of course, around the circle, but also resolve in the next key. And this is one of the concepts that is very prominent, that is very interesting to understand, because it allows you to basically change keys very fast. If you just play the dominant chord of the key of, let's say, E flat major, you have this very strong leading character we already talked about, and this gets you especially well back to the key of E flat major, even if you are in a key that is completely unrelated to this. So I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to try to do this for you. I mean, I'm only human myself, so it could be that there are some issues with this, but I'm trying to keep this very short, very simple, so you can easily follow along. Maybe I'm even talking to you about the chord names that I'm going to play. Just remember that I'm always playing the dominant 7th chord of the key we are talking about, and I'm resolving back to C major 7 at all after we've gone over all of these chords in the circle. So we start with C7, then we go to F7 and so on, and we'll reach at C major 7, right? So let's do this. This is C. Yeah, of course, this is well, okay, this is C7, right? Maybe let's do this like this. Yeah, this is C7, of course. Then we have F7, B flat 7, E flat 7. Then you have A flat 7, of course. Then you have D flat 7, which is this one. Then you have F sharp or G flat 7, which is this one. Then you have B7, E7, A7, D7, G7, and then you have the C major 7. And this here, so the D7, G7, C major 7, I've already played in the last video, and this is the reason why this worked, right? Because we basically just went along the circle of fifths counterclockwise, and this is what we then would have played if we were in this part of the circle. And this is basically one of the ways you can think of these secondary dominants. They work especially well if you want to transition from one key to another. Just play the dominant of the key you want to go to before you get to the root of this key, and you will get a very smooth transition, even if the key is not related at all.